The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So we're going to get to sports. We're going to play Shinedown after sports. And then we're going to get you on the phones for Pearl Jam tickets. Free ones. Just stay right here.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Before I play the audio of Justin Fields explaining why he unfollowed the Bears on Instagram, what a power move. Let's talk about the Blackhawks last night. So they lost to the Flyers 3-1.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's shocking. I know. It was very disappointing. I bet on that game. So I thought it was an easy bet to pick the Blackhawks. They lost 3-1 at the Madhouse after losing 21 in a row on the road. But that's not the story. The Jets are tomorrow. The story is Sunday. When the Red Wings come to the Madhouse Sunday at 5 o'clock, it is going to be, in Travis Kelce's words, electric.
Yes, it is.
Because you've got Patrick Kane returning after just saying he wanted to stay a Blackhawk his whole career. He started here at 17 years old, just like Connor Bedard, after that first-round draft pick that they scored from the Flyers, by the way. The Flyers had a chance to get Patrick Kane, if you remember, back in 2007 at that time. Because I lived in Philly for a little bit when I was exiled, and that's where I met my wife. Flyers fans don't forget that. They're still pissed off. They didn't get Patrick Kane. So now Kane is on the Red Wings. Connor Bedard is back playing early for this game. So he's excited. Got a few games in before he gets to face Patrick Kane. And then the real story also, the other story, the third part of it, the Chelios jersey retirement will be happening that night. And Michael Jordan has confirmed he's coming in for the Chris Chelios jersey retirement.
Wow. Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Bulls just had that whole Ring of Honor thing like a month ago.
Yes.
And sorry I couldn't be there, guys. I really wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And he's going to show up for hockey?
Yeah.
He's going to show up for the Chelios.
Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
We talked about that extensively.
Interesting.
How no one showed up except Luke Longley for the Ring of Honor thing.
Yeah. Bill Wennington, he was like across the street anyway. He was like...
He's got an office in there, right?
Right.
And Kenzie pointed out that they made a mistake, and I agree with her that, they made it like 70 people. Just do the Bulls 90s team alone. Just do that instead of all these other people because they never did one before and they wanted to pad it up.
Right.
But they should have made it where, have some for the future to put in the Ring of Honor.
Right.
But Jordan didn't come in for that. He's going to come in for... Now, he was buddies with Chelios. That was the same era. Mm-hmm. And Chelios, there used to be the bar, Cheli's Bar by United Center.
Cheli's Chili.
Cheli's... Oh, it was good. Yeah, it was good. I don't know when that closed, but I missed that place. So not only that, so that's confirmed. Now, I did hear through other sources that not only is Michael Jordan coming in for the Chelios retirement, Eddie Vedder... We're giving away Pearl Jam tickets here in about 5 minutes, or get you on the phones for him. That Eddie Vedder's going to come in. Now, I saw that's where it was announced that his jersey was going to be retired at the United Center for the Pearl Jam shows several months back, because I was there for that one where he brought Chris Chelios up, and they talked for like 10 minutes about this whole thing, and they announced that his jersey is going to be officially retired at the Pearl Jam show about back in November, I guess.
Yeah, right.
So, Eddie Vedder's allegedly going to be there. Cindy Crawford's going to be there, allegedly.
Oh.
These are alleged. Jordan's confirmed, I think.
I sat next to Cindy Crawford at a UFC fight.
Ooh, would you tell me about that?
She was fine. I thought it was her and her husband, Randy Gerber, who own the W Hotels.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting next to Cindy Crawford, Randy Gerber, Pamela Anderson.
Look at Roker dropping names.
No kidding. You pick him up on the way out.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Whoa.
Kevin James.
Wow.
And Karl Malone.
What?
That's a murderer's row.
I completely forgot where you said this was again. Where was it?
UFC fight in Vegas.
Oh, my God. What a lineup.
To be in the same row as Kevin James and Cindy Crawford.
That's right.
Power.
And just so you know, if people don't know, sad rip to Michael Clark Duncan, south side of Chicago native, who was in the Green Mile.
Okay.
Went to King High School, 2 blocks from my house.
He was a gas meter man on the south side. That's how he got discovered. And he was... What, 6'5",
yeah,
like
he was
300-pound jack?
And was going to marry Omarosa.
That's right. Look at that. That's a lineup, Roker. Okay, let's continue on, because it's not just those alleged guests, Eddie Vedder, Cindy Crawford, Michael Jordan allegedly confirmed. I say alleged because they never show up then, eventually. Jordan didn't show up for the Ring of Honor.
Just say Michael Jordan's going to be there, and you're going to sell the place out.
Well, I think it's sold out.
It's sold out anyway, but it's a good PR move, right?
You think I'm shaming Jordan and making him show up by saying it on the radio? But also, I've heard that Kid Rock's going to show up.
Oh, so he's done mourning now, apparently. he's feeling better now.
I just looked at this lineup of possibilities. I go, Eddie Vedder, Cindy Crawford, Kid Rock, Michael Jordan. I said, is this Lollapalooza 2001? But it's going to be electric at the Madhouse on Sunday for that. So yesterday, tons of buzz about Justin Fields. As we talked about a few days ago, he unfollowed the Bears on Instagram. Oh.
He's still following the White Sox, though.
He's still following the White Sox.
He might do a Jordan, play for the White Sox for a few years.
Here's him on the St. Brown podcast explaining why he did that and what it meant.
Since we're here,
Okay, all right, come on.
what's with the unfollow with the Bears? What's up with that?
Man, bro, I'm glad we're talking about it because why do people take social media so serious?
But like, why you unfollowing the Bears?
Like, I still mess with the Bears. I'm just trying to take a little break. I unfollow the Bears and the NFL, bro. I'm not just trying to have football on my timeline. Like, I know y'all mess with a girl, EQ, especially you. Just because you don't follow the girl on IG don't mean you're not messing with her.
That's true. That's true. That's facts. That's facts. When you're single, it's you really messing with the girls you don't follow more than the girls you follow. You know, it's like
You feel me?
Oh,
Like,
so you're
come
saying
on,
you mess
bro.
with the Bears more now that you unfollow them?
Man, it's not even like that.
Ah, okay,
it's,
okay.
It's something that I don't want to see in my timeline. I'm about to go on vacation. I don't want to see no football. And guess what?
just get a little away for a little bit.
It's either keep Fields. We want Fields. It's either drive Caleb. So it's like, bruh, man, I'm tired of hearing the talk. I just wanted to be over.
So he's traded, right?
Okay, can I go behind pull back the curtain a little bit here?
100%.
Okay, so like, spoiler alert, I'm black. So, but when I'm in the studio with Brian and around white people, this is how I talk. And you saw Justin Fields went black there because he was. I've never heard Justin Fields like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, UIG and shit.
That's a good point. That's a good point. His training camp press conferences sound different.
Right.
Wow. Oh, my God. I'm glad you're here, Roker.
When he does the Joe Buck podcast, it sounds a little different.
A little different.
Holy crap. Wow. Also, it definitely means he's being traded, right? I mean, he must obviously...
Yeah, the writing's on the wall.
I mean, I was wavering on this all the way. Now I know 100% he's traded. And Caleb Williams will be our quarterback. The problem is Justin Fields will probably be awesome with Atlanta.
Yep.
And Caleb Williams will suck when he gets here.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I have to read this text before we get to the Pearl Jam tickets. Comes from Kevin in 708. As Roker just announced that they're hearing the Justin Fields audio. Spoiler alert, I'm black. That was Roker saying that. Secondly, so Kevin texted in. First off, I didn't know he was black. And secondly, did Case get my message on Messenger last night?
Kevin, I just saw it. I will get back to you in a moment.
All right,
Thank you
Kevin.
very much.
That's between you and Case, and the other thing's between you and Roker. So here we go. This is exciting. 312-591-8300. Call in right now to compete against Roker in trivia with Kenzie on maternity leave. He's doing an admirable job filling in. And we've been a little loose with the tickets lately. Even with Kenzie, when you lose, we feel good for you guys just listening, so we give you the tickets anyway. These are too good. This is too much. Not today. You have to beat Roker to get the Pearl Jam tickets and trivia for the Dark Matter World Tour with Q101, Thursday, August 29th, Friday, August 31st, 2 shows. So, you have to beat him. If you do not beat him, everybody else listening who doesn't get through, stick around. Because right after trivia, if Roker wins, we give everybody a chance at the tickets.
Boy, pressure's on me, huh?
Big pressure.
Do I tank on purpose?
I think you better be honorable because your reputation's at stake.
Okay, I'll be honorable.
Actually, when have you been honorable?
No, well, it's been a while.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Klash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Well, perhaps the most important Clash with Kenzie of the year so far. So you've got Pearl Jam tickets on the line. You must beat Roker to win. We're not just going to cave in because you're a nice person and say, here's the tickets, which we usually do. Because you're all nice people, as far as we know.
Right, but this is too big.
Too big. Too big. And Roker really wants to keep these tickets for himself. Okay, that's not true. What happens is everybody listening should stay right here because if Roker wins, everybody will have a shot at these tickets when we get done with trivia if Roker wins. So no pressure, Rebecca, checking in from Villa Park. You feeling pressure?
A little bit, especially with what you just said, the biggest game of the year.
Yes. Yes. Well, I assume you want these tickets really, really bad, right? It's not just a regular contest.
So bad.
Have you seen Pearl Jam before?
I have not.
Oh.
Pressure's on.
Big time. And this will do the pressure. This is the biggest thing right now. Because a couple times this week, the coin toss has decided the victor because everybody's gotten all the questions right.
Yeah.
So
Roker's a smart guy.
Yeah. So Rebecca, smart lady.
That's right.
Big decision here on heads or tails. You want to call it before I even flip it in the air?
Yeah, I'm going to go with heads.
Heads. It's in the air. It's in my hand. It's tails.
Oh.
Yikes.
All right.
All right, Roker, here we go.
Pressure's on, okay.
Pressure's on. First one to 5 wins, and listen carefully, you can steal the point when they got the other one gets one wrong. Roker, in the United Kingdom, what is the day after Christmas known as?
Oh, that is
3.
Boxing Day.
Oh, God, he got it. Rebecca, you're in trouble.
Still plenty of time left, Rebecca. You got this.
Okay, 1-0. Rebecca, what player had his number 14 retired by the Chicago Cubs?
Oh, Ernie Banks.
Whoa!
Oh, nicely done.
All right.
No hesitation. Roker, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Back to Roker.
Yes.
What is the lowest Army rank of a U.S. soldier?
Private?
Private's right. Roker's got 2. Let's see. Rebecca, which horoscope sign has a crab?
Cancer.
Cancer is right. 2-2. Here we go. Roker, what color jersey is worn by the winners of each stage of the Tour de France?
Yellow.
Oh, my God. Roker got that one. Holy cow. This is exciting.
3-2. Back to Rebecca.
Rebecca, what U.S. president put a Twinkie in the country's Millennium Time Capsule? Which president did that? Put a Twinkie in.
I'm going to...
3.
Bill Clinton?
Bill Clinton's right. Very on brand.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very on brand.
Yep.
It's really between him and W. Those are the big Twinkie guys. You just got to separate it between the two. Which one is it?
I was going to go with Roosevelt on the Twinkie.
Roosevelt loves a Twinkie. You're
Yeah, I was
right.
gonna go with that one.
Historically, that's very accurate. 3-3. Back to Roker.
Roker, carrots are a good source of which vitamin? 3,
I used to know this.
2. Which vitamin?
C.
It's not vitamin C. Rebecca, you can get up here.
It's not C. I'm going to go with B.
Oh! It's A. Vitamin A.
Gotta
Carrots are
watch
known
more
for.
Bugs Bunny.
Go to the Acme grocery store and get those carrots. All right, 3-3 now. Because of that, both losing. It would have been great for Rebecca to go up, but she didn't on that one.
That's okay. It's back to Rebecca, though. She can actually pull ahead 4-3 right here.
Rebecca, what company makes the Butterfinger candy bar?
Oh,
3,
is it
2.
Mars?
Mars, you said? It's not Mars. Roker, do you know? Butterfinger. Underrated, by the way.
Yes, I know who used to make it in the day, but is it Nestle?
It is Nestle.
Oh.
And Roker goes up 4-3.
Rebecca wishes she had that one back. That is tough.
Oh, boy.
4-3. It's back to Roker. He can put Rebecca away and give everybody else a shot, Rebecca included, a chance at Pearl Jam tickets with the correct answer.
Roker, who was banned in this state, by the way. What city in Ohio? You can't go to Ohio, right?
I can't go most places.
What city in Ohio is also known as the Queen City?
Cincinnati.
Oh, Roker takes it! Rebecca, I am so sorry.
That's okay. I was glad to be able to try to get the tickets.
Oh, such a nice lady, and we love to
I
just
hated to get that one right. Did you hear the disappointment in my voice as I said it, Rebecca?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I did, and that's okay.
Oh,
All right.
Rebecca, we love you.
Even the rap horn sounded sad. They didn't want to be hit there.
Yeah, it did. Well, listen, Rebecca, we love you. Thanks for listening. And we'll have more tickets at 8 and 9, Ticket Puts Thursday by texting, so you can still get back in and get these Pearl Jam tickets, okay?
Well, she can win this next round, too.
Oh, that's right. Hang up. We love you, but hang up, Rebecca, okay?
Yes, hang up. Go away. Go away.
Go
hang
away.
up.
Bye. So here we go. 312-591-8300.
God bless the baby.
Everybody's now got a shot. We're clearing the board. Caller 10 gets the tickets for Pearl Jam, the Dark Matter World Tour, Wrigley Field. The 2 shows are Thursday, August 29th and Friday, August 31st. You'll be at one of them from Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
on Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Clash with Kenzie. Roker filling in, just one. So everybody's got a shot at the tickets for Pearl Jam. Somebody like Jillian checking in. Jillian, ahoy. What's going on?
Ahoy. Good morning.
What does Pearl Jam mean to you?
I was hoping you were going to ask me all these questions. I was like, like Luke last week, like he had this whole big backstory. I'm like, I don't have anything. I'm just so excited.
Anything. Just give me a little bit of what Pearl Jam does to you.
So, 97, I was at Q101 Jamboree. I was like a teenager, so this is my music. That's my era. I'm like so excited. I can't even think right now. And like everybody's listening. They're like, listen to this lady. I can't even talk. I'm just so excited.
You're right. People are saying, listen to this lady. They're saying, listen to this lady. And because you were at Q101 Jamboree, you got a bunch of cred there, by the way, as well. What a show. Do you remember who was on that bill?
Yeah, Verb Pipe was there. Bush was there. It was freezing. We were all wearing crop tops because, we're all teenagers, and it was freezing that year.
You didn't care. You wore a crop top instead.
No, Veruca Salt was there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So testing her on Jamboree 97 right now. Well, congratulations.
Sorry.
You're going to Pearl Jam, Jillian.
Yay!
You are there. Courtesy of Brian and Kenzie and Q101 at Wrigley Field.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you. So get on hold there, Case, to get your information. Now, for everybody else, I want to make it clear, every hour today, we've promised you the Pearl Jam tickets. So coming up at 8, straight up 8 o'clock, the official Ticket Blitz Thursday begins, where every hour Pearl Jam tickets will continue, not just on this show, but through Lauren's show, through Brian Phillips, throughout the whole day. So 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. If you got to go to work and you're like, I might miss 8. Remember, 9, it'll happen with Lauren there in the 10 o'clock hour, too. 8 and 9 for the rest of the day with us. It'll be a way to text in, too, a little easier. So be aware of that. Also at 8, I think we'll do a little Q times 2, a little maybe a Pearl Jam double shot. Ooh. Yeah, a little 2 for Tuesday. A little dose of Pearl Jam coming up at 8. As we did talk about Eddie Vedder showing up allegedly this weekend for the Chris Chelios jersey retirement at the United Center at the Madhouse. And he announced that during the Pearl Jam shows in November. I was there. They'd stopped the show for 10 minutes. And Chelly came up and they talked about it all. And they announced it. It was a raucous moment. Eddie Vedder, of course, being from Evanston and local native and always, big sports fan for Chicago sports.
Right.
Always the Cubs games, i.e. why they play at Pearl Jam at Wrigley Field. So coming up, some more Chicago legends. In about 10 minutes, we'll talk to why did Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Luke Longley walk into a bar. Okay, not quite that kind of joke, but why they're going to make an epic, savage blast toward Michael Jordan. You think they're all friends, right? Well, at 7:50, we'll tell you about that.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, 7:47, so we're 13 minutes away from 8 a.m. Ticket Blitz Thursday. You will text in for the continued Pearl Jam tickets at Wrigley Field from Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and then it will continue all day here on Q101. So this is your spot to get to Wrigley Field for Pearl Jam. Just stay here. It's been an interesting sports 24 hours for Chicago because all of the storylines don't involve playing sports, and which is kind of good in Chicago right now.
Right, because what's there to talk about, to be honest with you, yeah.
But we've talked about this extensively for the last couple of years. That once The Last Dance came out during the pandemic, the Michael Jordan documentary of all the footage from the 90s Bulls put together, and if you've never watched it, if you missed it, it is magnificent.
It's one of the best sports documentaries ever.
No question. And 10 parts, and if you remember, because it seems like the pandemic was 15 years ago, but people demanded it. It wasn't done, and they said it's going to come out, I think, in a year when they announced it at the ESPY Awards or something like that.
Right.
And then it came out 3 months later because people said, we're locked at home. We need this now.
Right. There were no sports. There were no live sports.
Yeah.
And that footage had existed. It had been passed around from director to director for about a decade. Like Spike Lee at one point had all of that footage, and it was so much he went, I don't know what to do. I can't make anything out of this. And they finally found the guy who turned it into, a beautiful 10-part documentary that is now on Netflix if you haven't seen it.
And Roker talked to that guy around that time during the pandemic. And what did you tell me about making The Last Dance?
Yeah, Jason Ayre is the director.
Yes,
he
right.
also directed the who's the big wrestler? The huge one.
Andre the Giant.
The Andre the Giant documentary.
The HBO one, yeah.
He's done a bunch of stuff. And so I interviewed him, and it was right around episode 6. Okay. And I said, well, they brought this up early, right? So, how fast did you have to finish it, so it could get on air now? He goes, we're not finished with it. We're still editing it right now.
Yeah.
They had like 1 million terabytes of video and interviews and everything.
That's insane.
And they were still working on it.
And I'm trying to remember, didn't they air 2 episodes a night?
They did.
So it wasn't 1 a week, it was 2 a week. So if they were on 6, they had to get 7, 8 done.
Right. And they were unedited, if you remember that. They were uncensored.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Which were excellent.
Now, obviously, so when it came out afterward, all of the fallout of saying, a Michael Jordan fluff piece, which I don't think so at all.
Not at all.
I think it showed,
not at all.
I think it showed the real him of being kind of an a-hole.
Being unlikable.
Yes.
Not being relatable.
No, that's wrong, because I know you that's your take, but I mean, nothing amazingly great happens without being a little bit of an a-hole.
I agree. That's
Right.
my whole motto. That's what I do here.
If they said they all got along and it was nice, I mean, Jordan was possessed. That's the only word I come to when I watch The Last Dance. He was possessed.
He punched Steve Kerr in the face.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr's a really nice guy.
And Steve Kerr to this day goes, yeah, it was the right thing to do. Like he doesn't deny that he's in practice. So what? And of course, the biggest news is Scottie Pippen after that. Really, if there was any kind of wall in their relationship, that sealed it. That the Scottie Pippen's like, I look like a jerk in this because I didn't take that contract. And even Jerry Reinsdorf says,
Don't take the contract.
Don't take the contract. It's not a good deal. But he took it because he had family obligations. He was scared about, in those days, people didn't make $200 million in the NBA.
If you ever read the Jordan Rules, the book, I mean, he literally grew up. So they had 10 people in the house. They had an outhouse.
Yeah.
Wow.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, he grew up poor.
He had 2 people in wheelchairs in his family. So he was like, I need just some money.
He got
to make sure.
guaranteed money. He was took the guaranteed money.
Something like $8 million.
Yeah. It was like the 137th highest paid person in the league.
But remember, you got to remember, at that time, Michael Jordan was only making about double that. Not even. I think he was
Michael
making
Jordan
14.
was not making any money until that last year. He made $30 million or something.
Yeah, so Scottie needs to, chill a little bit on that.
Well, he has not done that.
He's not chilled. He wrote a book that no one seemed to care about. That book came out. I thought that was going to really be a big deal, and no one really cared about that book.
Unguarded, the Scottie Pippen story.
Yes. Did you read it?
No, I did not.
Sounds like a Lifetime movie.
That I would have watched. You should have made a Lifetime movie.
Okay, so that sets the stage and brings us up to date with what happened yesterday, where Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Luke Longley, all part of the Bulls dynasty, are having their own No Bowl tour so they can tell their side of the story of The Last Dance. So Scottie Pippen has gotten to the head, even though Horace Grant also mad at Michael Jordan for saying in the documentary he claimed that he's the one that outed the Jordan rules. Right? Am I getting that right of what he said? Like Luke Longley says, or no, I'm sorry, Horace Grant says that he leaked info to either the press about Jordan.
To Sam Smith.
To Sam Smith.
Yeah.
That's right, who wrote the book, The Jordan
the
Rules.
author of the Jordan Rules.
That's how I'm getting it together.
Right.
Sorry for that little bleep. And then Luke Longley, I don't know why he's up mad at Jordan. I don't know exactly
No,
why.
I mean, he's just along for the ride, quite frankly.
He looks
Thank God we had your 8 points a game.
He looks like he should be in a cover band for Fish right now. I mean, he's really good looking in his older age here.
But athletes are all insane because to be a professional athlete, you have to be such an alpha male. And Jordan was obviously a different level, but you have to be so blinded by your own greatness because you're better than 99% of people doing that same activity. Longley's probably like, yeah, we won in 98, but if they would have given me the ball, we would have won in 5 and not 6. Like, pass me the rock, Mike.
I'm sure he believes that to this
exactly.
day.
They all do.
So now they're starting this tour, and maybe because they got Longley involved, because it's going to be in Australia, where they're going to talk.
Got to be it.
And they're going to talk crap about Jordan. That's basically what this tour is about.
That should have been what it's called. It's the Talking Crap Tour.
Yeah, they're saying like, oh, we're gonna spill all the tea now. What tea do you have? I don't get it. Like, it was all laid out there in The Last Dance perfectly. Everybody knows that Jordan could be the biggest a-hole, but he was a winner, and that's how he had to win. He had to make you hear Tom Brady talk about that. I had to pretend that they said something about me so I could be angry and play the best I could. Those guys are different.
You have to make something up to motivate themselves.
They're just completely built different.
Yep.
What did Jordan do on one of the games when he said he saw somebody at dinner and he just pretended in his head they said they were looking at him wrong? Next day he had 47 points.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I wish I was like that.
I wish you were too.
I mean, I kind of am. Like, I do pretend that I don't celebrate anything, and I do pretend that.
Well, your problem is it's all self-inflicted.
Yeah.
You say mean things about yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have a fake enemy out there. The enemy is you.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Sabotaging myself there.
I'm so bummed out about this tour because I got excited when I saw the headline yesterday because I'll go to the Talkin' Crap tour. I'll go see what Scottie Pippen has to say. I see this announced. I'm like, oh, was it coming to the Music Box? Like, what are they doing, the Riv?
Yeah, right. No.
The tour starts tomorrow, February 23rd, in Tasmania. And then they go to Australia. I thought it was going to be in Chicago.
Where is Tasmania?
It's like the cousin of Australia, I think.
So there's New Zealand and Australia. Is it an island or is it like part of Asia? Is it over there, but like near India or something?
I have no. All I know is the Tasmanian devil from the cartoons. That's all I know.
Like, why are they doing it there? I don't get it.
Tasmania is underneath Australia, so that's the way I can describe it. It's underneath Australia.
You know what?
I started.
That's fine.
I wanted to explain where is that in relation to New Zealand, and I realized I don't have the words to do that.
It's okay. We don't need to know any more about Tasmania. We just need to know it's way the F out there in BFE. And some reason they're doing it there and only out there. They're not coming to America with this tour.
The tour is partnered with the National Basketball League, which is Australia's national, like their NBA.
Yeah.
But I still want them in Chicago. I live by the Music Box. Come through there.
Here's the thing. If they had any balls, they would do it in Chicago.
Right.
They're doing it as far on the earth as you can get
They're
away
not
from
even
Chicago.
doing it in America.
No.
Not even in America, let alone Chicago.
I'm sure if it does well, they'll go to Antarctica. Like, they're not. You got to come here if you want to do it. If you want to lay out the heat, bring the heat. Do
the
it.
last place on earth. That's where they're doing this tour.
Yeah. So it'll probably provide a great audio for sports over the next couple months.
I'm thrilled. I can't wait for it.
We'll see. Roker had a great story about Horace Grant.
Well, Horace Grant, there used to be a girly mag back in the day called Cherry, Cheri, right?
Yeah.
So this was way down on the ladder, right?
Right.
And Horace Grant was in it.
Naked, you mean?
Horace Grant was in. He wasn't naked, but he was in photos with naked women in this magazine. Now, how does Horace Grant end up in like the number 12 adult magazine in the country?
I gotta hear this.
They were doing a photo shoot with strippers at Gold's Gym in Chicago, and Horace walked in and they said, "Hey, you want to be a part of this?" And he said, "Sure." And the next thing you know, he was in Cherry Magazine.
Oh, my God. Was he wearing the goggles?
Probably was wearing the goggles. He probably was wearing the goggles.
Well, you got 9 naked women around there.
That's right. You might need goggles.
You got to protect your eyes.
Yeah.
You got to protect everything. Oh, great job, Horace. That's awesome.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.